Good morning, traders. Welcome to the daily webinar. Quick reminder to all, this week we are going live on YouTube, so we're getting some technical issues because of all the things that's happening in the world, and I'm in Moscow. So this one will not be live, but it will be recorded. If you guys can go and at least leave your comment there, that might help some traders. We haven't been there in years. I will say months in YouTube live, that's years. Because if you want to be in YouTube, you have to be there every day, and I really don't have that patience. This is mostly because we are going to be starting a course very soon, and a lot of traders who wanted to join, and this will be their chance if they really want to join us. If they don't, then no big deal. You can share the link with anyone. They can join us anytime they want, just for the 2 weeks at least. They will have 1 week live at YouTube and 1 week live after that in our trading room. And if they like it, great. If for those of you watching on YouTube, good morning to you. I hope your trading it went great yesterday. And we will show you what happened to the trades that we put on yesterday and how we managed them. And if you made money, great. If you don't, take a look again. Like I said, disclaimer, we are just showing you how we trade using wave analysis. And I will try my best to explain to you every day in a very short video what wave analysis is all about and how it can help you. All right. If you like the video, please share it, give it to someone, invite them to join us. Thank you. Let's go. So dollar index yesterday, remember I said dollar index is going to come down, but if you sell it, you have to be careful because once it breaks this low, you've got to be really, really careful because there's a good point. It's just going to break that low. It could come as low as this. It could even break this low, but then it's going to go back up to complete this flat, right? I showed you this example yesterday. When we break that top, we'll be looking for a move down. Now, it's even more convincing than this one because this one only came to about 50% of that impulse. This came to the bottom of the impulse. Now, that's very convincing for downside. What that means is that when this gets to the top here, and it will very likely get to the top there and break that top, it is going to come back down here. There's like a 90% chance of that happening. There's a 10% chance it's going to continue to go, right? So big picture downside, go in the 1 hour, it's going to continue to go down. So this move is not expected. It could happen, but it's less possible to happen. What we're going to do is we're going to move it one more down. So I'm going to take an arrow and show you what we're expecting. I'm just expecting this to break this top, come back here once more, retest this low, and then give us this move. Right? We haven't changed structurally this move to the upside as yet. We're not excluding that possibility as yet. So first thing, I want this to go up here and break that top. We will be buying it. And when we get to that top, we'll be very careful because from there, it should come back here. Now, should it consolidate and continue to go, we will stay in the buy or we will exit and buy again, right? If that happens. If that doesn't happen, it starts to come down, we will sell because the move to the downside, you're looking for something like this. And then from here, we will also be looking for this, which means we're not excluding the fact that that will still come. Come back to the bottom here and then go back up, right? That's how we're seeing this way to continue these waves. So I'm going to put it like this now. Now, again, like I explained yesterday, this pattern could change if what happens today change structurally anything. So as of now, structurally, nothing is changing. So in the 15 minutes, this is an up move. You can look for a buy setup here today. You can literally see it's consolidating there. Actually, we might even get a buy setup right now. You can make an argument for a buy setup right now. You can make an argument for a buy setup here and to the upside, or let it consolidate some more. It can come more into this. The more it consolidates into here, the better it's going to be for this trade. Now, remember, when you take aggressive trades like this, you got to really know how to manage them. Best thing is to put it above the top, right? So this entry that we had here yesterday, the reason we had that is, like I said, it could probably just break this low and reverse really fast. And that means you want to be in the trade. What you would wait for is a flag. Now, if you took this trade or this trade, you did excellent. That was the best trade if you were there that time. If you're not there, then wait for this, which means this could consolidate here some more. I don't know how low it's going to go into this. If it comes very low into this, that changes the structure, which means this buy is off. Now it's getting complicated. This is where wave analysis gets complicated for you if you don't understand wave analysis. Because should this come back to the bottom here, it will go back up, but only to test this top and come back down again before it goes up. See? just making it a little more complex than it is. So I'm not going to do that for you because I'm going to simplify it. Put an entry here and take the trade to break that top. Now, if you're lucky, it keeps going and it could be a really fast move and good for you. If you're not so lucky, it might even just come here and don't break the top and turn as a contracting flat. Now, the hope is if you take the trade, you're lucky. So your trade management skills will not be put to a test. If you're not so lucky, then your trade management skills is put to a test. What do you do with the trade when it's not going the way you expect it to go? Remember what I said yesterday, and I think if you know any trader who is struggling, you definitely want them to hear this. The most important thing you're going to learn in your trading is not finding a trade, is not entering a trade, is not making a winning trade. If you want to be successful, the most important thing in your trading career is going to be what do you do with the trades that are not going your way? That is what is going to make or break your account. It's not how much winning trades you can get. Anybody can click and get a winning trade. Like just randomly click buy euro right now and you could be very successful. Or sell euro right now and you could be very successful with 1 or 2 or 3 trades. And some traders have managed to double their account like that. And then they watch it all disappears. Because once they get into the 1, 2, 3, 4 bad trades, that's it. That was all they needed to break their entire trading career. So trading is not so much about making a winning trade. You could buy a crypto now at a low point and just hold on to it, and it will probably go up in a year, and you'll go like, oh, I'm a crypto king. You're good. Yeah, probably, but you're not a good trader as yet. You're not a professional trader as yet, right? So this is what will make you understand how good you are at trading, understanding the patterns, understanding what to do with the bad trades. So I'm going to show you a few of them and what we did to them. We're looking for a buy setup. If you were in the sell yesterday from here where I showed you, from this point, remember I said you will never take the trade from this point. You should take it from there. When it gets to this point and it consolidates, you'll do one out of two things. You'll either close the trade and take your profit, put the re-entry here. No, I will not put the re-entry there. Or you would put it to break even and see how far this goes. You could have done that, right? Put it to break even, see how far that goes, and then close the trade. Well, you still would have ended up closing. If you were in that trade, you still would have ended up closing it here. There is nowhere you will close that trade here. Very rare. You have to have that strong belief system and understanding of wave analysis to know that when it comes here, it will go back up, and that will make you close it here. So even wave analysis traders sometimes are convinced that this is going to go more, and they stay with the trade until it come back, and then they close it here. So it's going to take a lot of conviction for you to close a sell here. And you got to be honest with yourself. Most of you don't have that level of conviction to understand that, you know what, this thing has come down here, it will go back up, so I need to get the hell out right now. Take that profit and go. Most times you're going to wait until it come back here, and then you're going to eventually close it, right? If it never happened to you, leave a comment in the chat telling me that never happened to you, that you're just great at exiting trade every time the right place, right? So let's go. We're looking for this trade up. And again, remember, when it comes here, this is where you'll have to be convinced of closing the trade because you don't know that it's going to go more. But in this case, you can just put it to positive and see how far it goes. Because breaking the top is the minimum qualifying for a flat, a regular flat. Can it go much higher? Can it go all the way to here and then come back? Yeah, nothing is wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. So for now, we're good. We normally put it for the very conservative, just break up the top and then reversal. It's a buy setup. I'll move this one to the top of this structure. Basically, if you're aggressive, you can get it earlier, but I'll move it to the top of the structure. Silver. Like I said, you shouldn't do anything with it yesterday. We're waiting for it to come back to the bottom. It still hasn't gone there, right? Nothing happened. It just consolidated some more. You can move all of this into one bigger consolidation, right? That's all it did. And we're still trying to go up to break this top now. So this can go a little more up, and then it'll probably drop here. Again, I don't know if you're going to get a trade here. And I wouldn't advise you to try to get that trade, right? So what I would say is let this come back here. Let it tag this low. As long as we haven't broken the top, let it come tag the low, and then look for the buy. Now, if you're good, you might get a trade here today on the sell side. What you wanted to do for that is first you would want it to break this top and then reverse and give you a flag here. If you see that, that's a good sell setup. You can assume that it's probably going to come here and take your profit. Nothing changed. This is pretty much the same thing. So we're not looking for a sell setup. We'll just leave it right now, and then we'll come back to that. Gold, if you took the trade, you made some profit. you should have made some profit. Remember, it's not going to go, it's going to drop, consolidate, drop. It's trying to come here, but it's going to give you a lot of consolidation by the time it gets here. So if you made some profit, great. If you got, well, even break even would have been hard to get, because even if you put it to break even, it went there and came down back. So if you close it here or you close it somewhere in here, you did something good. Now we had another flat. I think this was another flat. We can make an argument that that was a contracting flat because it broke the low. And now we're kind of making another one. So they all look, this might look like a buy setup right now. The problem is I'm not sure that one is going to take off to the top, because we're trying to come down, right? We're trying to do this. See how many consolidations there were in this? Pull back and all that. And this one actually came sharp, so we'll see. It's making a flat. I think it's making a flat for downside. So buying this here, although it's a flag, it's a very tiny flag in the 15 minutes, I don't think it's very convincing. What I want to see is I want to see this come a little more here, go back there, make another flat, and then you can sell that. So I would be looking for a sell setup here today. From an actual sell trade, which we took in the trading room yesterday, to a sell setup, because we don't have the setup as yet. So that trade is over, and now we're looking for another setup. If you're still in the trade, put it to break even and stay with it. If you want to keep it, I wouldn't advise keeping it, but if you want to keep it because to see if it's going to get there, worst case nightmare is you're going to have break even. Euro? Yep. Remember what I said about this flag. So if you didn't remember that, you should go and watch it. I said if you buy that flag, you got to be careful of this here. It's going to go just about there and then come right back down. Simple, because we have 1, 2, 3. I said there's a very slight chance it's going to break the top and then come back, which means a running flat. In this case, well, it didn't break the top. What's your worst nightmare? If you took the trade and you have some skills, worst nightmare is you got break even. All you need is a little skill and understanding of wave analysis. Or if you took it out right here, you did well. You took a small profit out of it. Now it's coming down, and what it's going to do? Well, we knew from yesterday what it's going to do. We're looking for this move down. So I'm expecting this to come here. We see that flag there. Well, if we're doing that flag here, well, good. That's a sell setup. We're looking for this trade. So it makes sense to me. Let's see if we can get this sell. It's actually a sell setup. You can put the entry order on right now, right? So I'm not going to put the aggressive entry. I'm going to put the very conservative entry, which means I'm going to put it under the low. Now, remember, disclaimer, I am not making any trade call for anyone. What I'm showing you here is how I would personally trade euro if I'm trading euro. Right now, while I'm in this room, I'm not putting on any trade. It doesn't mean I don't have trades on. I have a few trades on, but I'm trying to manage that while doing this webinar. So I would put this trade on if it doesn't triggers before I finish the webinar. If it triggers, if the trade is still valid after I finish the webinar, I will put it on. But I'm not putting on any trade while I'm doing the webinar because I wouldn't have time to manage it, right? Just so you understand, because I'll be occupied here for the next hour. When we close the YouTube video, we still stay on for a while in the trading room because the traders here will ask questions and we'll analyze trade, and then I will put my trade on. Normally in the trading room, I'll put it on. When I'm not live on YouTube, I'll put it on because for simple reason, I can stop the webinar at any time and focus on my trade and nobody will say anything. YouTube, I don't think I'll have that amount of time to stop it and go look at my trades and do all that stuff, right? So this is what we're looking. We're looking for this to come down. Now, if it dropped, great. When it breaks this low, you're looking at this flat for one more up. This line is the line we needed to break the top, right? So let me go into 4 hours and lines. We just needed to break this up. Remember, it can still go. Now, why this sell is a very good one? Again, remember we broke this top. And the move we're looking for is this move down, which means we're expecting this to come here and then go back up. Can it come there and drop much more? Possible. So the move you're looking for is actually this. Now, the only reason I think it will probably make one more high is because this one came all the way back to the top here. The correction went back all the way to the top. So the probability of it continue, which means the probability of it going back up, which means come here, make a flat and go back up, is pretty high. But it can drop. They sometimes do get you that deep pull back into the top and drop. This is still the top. So this trade is a very interesting one. When you have these setups, you definitely want to take these trades because the potential for it to continue dropping is very high. And you're thinking, well, yes, let me give it a try. Worst cases, I'm going to get a small profit. Good cases, I'm going to get a really good profit. So you put an entry here, you put a stop here, and you're going for this trade just to break this low. And if you're lucky, it goes much more. So This is a valid trade now, so we'll put it as a sell setup. Not a setup, a sell. It's actually a sell. What this means is that I've changed it from a setup to a trade, to an actual trade. Right? I'm not waiting for a setup anymore. We have a setup. Now, if you're aggressive traders could use the last impulse on the flag. You'll have to manage it as much, it's way too aggressive. Right? So that is for our traders in the room. That's a better entry. Found? If you actually sold this, you did well. Remember yesterday we said you should take this trade and see if it's going to break that top? Because worst case, you'll close the trade somewhere here. If you did that, you did well, right? Remember, we're looking at this coming here. Now, this could be 1, 2, 3, and this one could drop. But you don't want to, do you want to sell this? This is the low. This is the top. That is the correction. This thing might just barely tag this low and go back up. If I have to sell this and I have to sell the euro, I'll sell the euro. Can we sell this and watch it drop quite a lot? Probably. Very possible to do that. We're not breaking out of this structure, by the way. I'll drag it some more because we're not breaking out of it, which means we're still in this. That's a channel forming at the top of a structure. Those channels are reverses channel, but maybe not right now, which means this one could come back here, and then it's likely going to go up one more like this one. See this 1, 2, 3 here and there in the back. This could be 1, this could be 2, this could be 3, and then come back here. So you're trading within a very tight space. So what we're looking at for here is one more just to retest this low. Can it break? Can this drop and break through the structure? Probably. So if you're going to take this trade here, which is a consolidation forming, now it's incomplete, which means it could probably go on for some more. But if you're taking this trade, then you're taking this trade to give you this move down. Come back here. And then from here, see if it goes back up. Because this looks like a flat. See? So we'll see what happens when it comes there. Right now, it's a sell setup. I don't like this one very much. I prefer the euro. The euro structurally is a much better one. We'll put it as a sell setup, but I'll put it with caution, right? So you put that, make sure you remember that this one is with caution. Aussie, remember Aussie had said it's a buy. Aussie is going up. When the bigger structure, I showed you where we think it's going. I had this like this yesterday, but I kind of pull it off because I don't think it's a channel. I think these two most likely look, I'm looking at it this morning. You see I have a lot of flags in it. It doesn't look like it's channeling. It looks like this was a running flat of its own, right? With some kind of a flat in here. You can see that flat there and a smaller one here. So this looks like a running flat. Now this move went up, it got a pullback, it went up and made a pullback, it went up and made a pullback, and then it made a flat here. It went up, broke the top, make another flat. And now we're doing this. We're kind of breaking this top, but with a lot of divergence, like really a lot of divergence. It's not really going anywhere. You can see the divergence. And look at the divergence on the bigger picture. If you go in the 4-hour, you can see the divergence from this point here, right? It's not changing. What that is telling us is that although price is going, there isn't a lot of momentum for that price to go. So if and when it breaks the top here again, the chances are it can drop. So if you were in the trade, I hope you managed to close positive. This could either be making a flat here for upside, or it can drop from here going down. We don't have a setup, not for the buy, not for the sell. On the 15 minutes, no setup. Neither for the buy, neither for the sell. So we'll just have to wait and see. I would like to get a buy setup here because the bigger trade is to the upside. If it comes down, it's more of a correction. So you might not have a big trade to the downside, but we'll have to wait and see. So I'll take this off. New Zealand, it kind of went up all the way to the top. If you were trying to buy this, remember we thought this one would just come to about here. And then it could drop because this was the top yesterday. But then I also showed you this structure, right? Remember that? And we're going up, and this one ended here. So if you were looking for a trade and you took the buy here or you took this flag, it was to break this top, and then you got lucky. It actually broke the entire top. So when we broke the entire top, what happened? It pulled back, right? There was a sharp pullback here. There is this sharp pullback here. Now, I would normally put that as a running flat if I have a really big correction here, but we have a small one. So I'm not sure that it's actually making a running flat. I'll just leave them as separate corrections of their own. This, by the way, is giving you a buy setup. And it might be worth taking, right? It might be worth taking if it goes. But you can see that if you took this trade, you're looking for an exit already because it's consolidating, it's not breaking out. So let me show you that in the 5 minutes. If you took this trade here with this one going up here, it tagged you, it come here, it's staying here, you want to close that trade for break even. Small loss, put the entry above the top. It's still a valid buy entry. Now, should this consolidate lower? Should this consolidate lower, which I think is likely going to happen? We're going to put this like that. We'll let it go back up, come back here, and then look for the buy. If we're trying to retest this low, we don't have a sell setup as yet. It's possible, but we don't have a sell setup. So what you would be looking for is a buy setup here. And it might be worth taking because you can break this stop. You can go all the way to the top of that structure, right? If you get a buy setup here in this takeoff, you can get this trade. And that's the trade you're looking for. The hope is that you break out. If they just break the top and come back here, no problem. Is it downside? Is it probably, no, now that we've broken that top, can we assume that this is trying to drop? Maybe we just don't have anything telling us that's going to happen. All we have is a move to the upside and a flag for the continuation to the upside. So there is no setup there saying, hey, this thing is going to go up. So we're looking for a buy. We can actually put it as an active buy right now. You can put that entry on as an active buy. CAD did go up a little. It didn't go the way we wanted. We wanted to go up for this one, the bigger one. Kind of dropped. Yesterday, that was a sell. This was a sell. So right now, this piece here, if you sold that yesterday, you did well. This sell, and that was the previous day, I think. This was this sell. We're consolidating here. So right now, it's upside. If you look at it this way, you're getting a flat here. And that's upside. So you can put an entry, and I'll take this off, and you put an entry over here for the buy. We're going to make an assumption that this is a small running flat. And that normally goes up. Now, I would normally a running flat, you'll put the stop under the low, but I will advise to probably put this stop here and see if this takes off. Because remember, it's not a big one. If it, for whatever reason, comes much lower, we will take this off. We'll do exactly what we did with this and with this. We'll let it go back up and then sell it. Right? That would be the option. But right now, it's a perfect buy setup. And that means we might end up getting this one. See this one, that flag, this flag. These were buy setups here all the way to the top. So we might end up getting that here now because this is a perfect buy setup. How far would it go? I don't know. So we'll take that trade. It's a setup. It's a buy setup. Swiss. If you took the Swiss trade, you're looking at this. The entry should have been here. I hope you closed that. Now I'm looking at this one for a buy setup here as well. It just broke the low. This one is the low of this move. So it just broke the low. You're looking for a buy setup to go up, right? Where would this go? Well, let's see. Looks good to me. I'm looking for this trade up yesterday, right? So it looks like it's going. The second flag is a little warning sign. Because you want it to go immediately, but that's not a big deal. So if you took the trade and you close it, you're looking for this trade. You can put an entry above the top now that we've broken the low and see if this takes off. If you can get a flag between here and here, that's a good buy. Right? So we're looking for a buy setup here. You can put that entry as an active trade. This entry is an active trade and try to get, how much pips is it from here to here? 17 pips. I'm not sure you will get a flag, but if you do, that would be great. But you might not get it, right? You're looking for the upside. Yen. Okay, yen has a little more to go. If you were buying this buy yesterday, remember I said you could put your entry above this stop here, and then there was a small flag here. If you took that trade, you probably closed it here or here. Either closes very good. And right now, it looks like we need another consolidation here for one more up. We want trying to break that up before we drop, right? So it looks like if they pull back here, we'll get something like this, maybe even deep enough like this, and then up. So this sell setup here is not great. You want to sell it when we break this stop. You want to look at it from this point, right? Let it go back and break that up. Let this work its way up to this stop here. Break this stop and then come back here for this move. And then go back up and then drop. So right now, this came back all the way to the top. So if I'm putting a sell, I'm putting a sell here first and then look for a setup here. What that means is I'm looking for a flag. So I'll come here and let it make a flag here and then take that flag down, put it to break even and see if it breaks out. If not, put this. This is a very conservative entry for if it's going to drop totally. Right? So we're looking for a setup, a sell setup. Canadian, pretty much the same thing. You're looking for a sell setup. Yesterday, I said Canadian is going up. It will, but we're looking for this move down, basically. So go back on the 1 hour. Yeah, it kind of went up a little more with a lot of caution that if you buy it, you have to be careful. I'll call that a break-even trade if you buy it, and I don't care where you bought it. More of a break-even trade. Now, this dropped, but this is pulling back quite a lot. There was a good sell setup here this morning, if anybody saw that. And now it pulled back to the top. So that's kind of yeah, you see every time they pull back to the top. Let's take this one, for example. Very similar to this, right? Look what happens when it pulls back to the top. It comes here and go right back up. Now, this doesn't have a distinctive tree wave like this, right? 1, 2, 3 there. This have this one and kind of a 1. So if it makes a 2 here and then go back for a 3 and then come here, I think you know you're looking for the buy. So right now, we don't have anything to trade. We can't trade this to the downside because it came to the top here, right? And we don't have a buy setup as yet. So let's just wait this out to some more. I think the most likely thing is you'll get a small flag for a sell first. The sell will only be to retest this low. So if you get a flag here and you want to sell this flag here, it's only to retest this low because after that, the higher probabilities is going to go up. Swiss yen, sorry. Okay, Swiss yen broke. So yesterday we had this sell on the Swiss yen. Remember I said I'm going to tell you what happened to the trade? This was an active trade. We had the entry order in for the sell. Kind of tag here, come here, pull back. Now, what do you do with this trade? This is where trade management comes in. This first pullback is not your problem. Your stop was above the top. It came down back here and then went back up. This is where you have to decide. Close this trade, it's not going. And if you close that trade, you would have put an entry here, which wouldn't have tagged you because they made this flag. And if you saw that flag and you put an entry here, you did excellent. Whether you close it here or not, which is what you should have done, or you kept it at break even, which means you're taking out for break even. They made another one, and you definitely want to buy that one somewhere here for upside. So now what do we have? We have a move down. We have a move up with a sharp correction in the middle of it. Not sure what that is for. And we are coming down. I would go with running flat. Now, here's the thing. Because we're at the very top, can this be a contracting flat? Let's go back to the 4 hours here. We're at the very top of that structure. Like the really top on the weekly. See? Daily might help. Yep. If we're looking at this as a daily flat, this here. 1, 2, 3. The chances are this has to come back here and retest this low. Right? That's one option. The second option is, well, it can go up a little more. It's still a flat, but it can go up a little more, probably a running flat, break it up, and then come back. So the 1 hour, when you're thinking of a trade like that, you're saying any sell opportunity I'll take, which means any sell setup, I don't give a damn. I'm in that trade, looking for the sell. So you come here and you get a flag on the 15 or on the 5, you're looking for the sell, right? Because we broke the top. Now, is it a contracting flat for the last impulse up and then downside? That's possible. You can look at this and say, you know what? So what will confirm a contracting flat for you, for the sell? Impulse, maybe a more correction. Go with the trade, right? So any correction we get, we're going with a sell setup, and that's what we look for here, a sell setup. Aussie yen, sell setup. I think same structural break of the top. Nothing changed here, except that Aussie yen could go up a little more. Aussie yen could go up a little more, but we did break the top, right? So this can go up a little more here and then come back. And then up. So you can try to see if you get a sell setup here today. That would be the better trade. Yesterday, we were expecting it to go back to the top. If you bought this one here or you bought any of these trades to the upside, you did excellent. If you didn't, actually, the sell was on yesterday as well after the New York session. And then they buy. And now you're at the top. Look for a sell setup. What do you want for the sell setup? Same thing you would have got yesterday. Let it drop some, make a flag, sell. So this one here, kind of drop, make this flag. That flag is way at the top, sell. So we'll see which one, what plays out. And let's see, Euro Yen. Since I'm on the yen pairs, I'll finish all of them. Euro Yen also broke the top. See? The weekly top. So you may want to look for sell setups. Yeah, nothing here as yet. I'm trying to see if this broke the top there, but it did, but it's not significant, so we'll wait. Right? We don't have any structure, but the sell setup is what you're looking for. That should help. Pong Yen, sell setup. Now that it's coming down, we'll look for the sell setup. New Zealand Yen, we broke the top again, so great. Let's see what it's doing. It could either be a contracting flat or they're making another flat here. Either way, that is a sell setup. Okay, all of these we're gonna leave out, but after I close the YouTube live, we will come back and you will tell me which one you want. While we are here, if there's any request to look at any of those pairs, we'll look at them either from YouTube or from iTraders. Any one of you tell me. Vic will keep that going for us. Oh, we're not live, right? Sorry, I thought we were live. So, anyways, we'll do it only with our group, and the YouTube traders will get it. I forgot we didn't manage to go live. So, what we're going to look at here, we broke the top once, we came back, we're breaking the top a second time. At some point, they have to give us this pullback. I don't think it's this one. It could be, but even if it's that one, it's going to come back. So, what you're looking for is a consolidation, and then we'll see maybe one more up from here, right? And this one, let it pull back deeper. I would like to see a deeper pullback. Maybe this belongs to this one here. We'll see. Let it give us a deeper pullback, and then we look for one setup. But look for a sell setup there because you're breaking tops, right? And then maybe one more up. I would like to see the deeper pullback to retest the slow. And then there. Euro Oz, we'll see. It's coming down. Somebody sold it yesterday. I hope you manage to, stay with it or close it and re-enter. Wait for another flag sell. We're going to skip all of these guys. We don't need them. We'll come back to them later. Natural gas, you will tell me which one you want me to do, and when we'll do it. Natural gas, we're going sideways here. If you saw that and you bought this, good, put it to positive, right? If you see this flat here and you bought it, put it to positive, right? Because at any point in time, this can come down. Big picture, this is what you have, right? See? This is the sharp one down. This is the low. You can see, let me put the two, the top and the bottom. This is it, and this is the top. And we are consolidating inside of that. This is your first consolidation. This is your second one. This would be a smaller piece of that. And it's still consolidating. So you're still looking for this trade here. So if you're in any buys, you have to be, put them to break even, stay with it for a while, see how far it goes, look for reversal, look for sell setups. And US oil. The sell was good if you took the sell yesterday. That was the sell. It did drop quite a lot. So once it broke this low, you got to put this to positive. If you did, you either close it in here or you close it here, right? And you saw this. So you either close it here or close here and you book that profit. Now we're looking for a buy setup. Right? We're looking at that as a flat. Go up one more, give us a buy setup, and then we look for a sell. So this is a buy setup here forming. Put this entry here for a buy. And watch it to break this top. Right? So once it breaks that top, you got to be careful because it can reverse. Okay, this broke out, but it didn't go anywhere. So literally just made a deeper pullback. And now it's looking very much downside. We got this pullback. We got this most likely a flat. You got that pullback, and we put that as a running flat, possibly. This is a little too small. Look for sell setups. You actually had a sell setup here. And if you get another flag, go for the sell to break this low. Once it breaks the low, you'll see how far and how fast it goes. You can put it to positive. So worst case, you'll be looking for a break-even trade. Sell setup. Same thing here. We broke out. It's going, but not there as yet. So this could be a sell setup. Right? Let's see if we can get this trade. That's a nice trade if you can actually get it. It's a good flag. They don't have to go all the way to the top. They can turn from there and come down back. So see if you can get that trade. Look for a sell setup there. Okay. S&P 500. It's coming down, but remember, we're still thinking this is a running flat. So the possibility of this going back up is there. If it keeps dropping, just let it go. See if you can get a sell setup. I wouldn't sell it until we break out of this structure. Right? Let it break out first, then you sell. This could be a sell setup. We broke the top when we came, we're breaking the lows. So what you're looking for is this making a flag here and then go for the sell. Right? If you're trying to sell this, that would be a trade setup. It's actually going, so the trade is not a bad idea. This one needs to go back here. It did break the top, so it's the highest point. You can wait for a flag or you can take it right now, whichever choice you make. So sell setup. And I think Nifty, we do Nifty. Buy setup is there. It's making a flag here for a buy. And HK, not HK50, let's do this. DAX. If you took that trade, you probably should have taken it here. Still a good trade. Look for more sell setups. Look for more flags and sell. There's a big move to the downside. So we're going to put flags sell. Let's go. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is dropping. So some of our traders are already in the sell from the top here, but you be careful. If you make a flag here, you can sell that, but most likely you want to be under here. So it proves by then, it would have proven that this is dropping and then it will continue to go. Sell setup, I think this is easy. Put an entry here and let's see how far it drops. Potentially there's a big move down. XRP. This doesn't have a big move down, but it's going down. So if you get a flag here, you're taking it for this one, go back up, maybe come down because you have this. So see if you can get a sell setup here short term. I'll do two more. I'll do this one and ADA. Sell setup, ADA, sell setup. Easy. Right? So those haven't changed. This is a sell setup. This is a sell setup. This one you're in this one already, right? So we'll manage that because some of my traders are already in them. Okay. That said, I'll stop the recording. YouTube video viewers, again, share the idea. Anybody who's interested can join us this week. We will be live in the evening, definitely this afternoon. New York session will be live. We'll try to come live tomorrow morning for you if everything goes well. And like I said, you can sign up for 1 week after this week is over. Go to the in the description. The link is there. Click on that link to lead you to a site. You can go and sign up there for a week free. Thank you very much. And anything you guys want me to look at back before I stop the recording? Anybody? Any trades? Anything you're in? Nope. So I'll stop the recording.